Let's go look at Ecuador and Brazil. Hello and welcome to the Blaze. Custom maps here in Railroad Tycoon 2. Ecuador and Peru. The legacy of the Incas. It is time to build railroads and exploit these nations' natural wealth. Game by Pete Cangaliosi. Have a book value of 25 mil for gold. Silver if you get to 17.5 mil. Bronze for 10. And you get a cantankerous llama ready to take you on a one-way journey. No short-selling, buying stock, or margin calls allowed. Incentives. These nations needed to be developed, and railroads are the way to do it. Make the following connection and haul loads between them for government awards. I should probably print screen that. Okay, connect Quito and Guayaquil within 3 years for 200k. Guayaquil and Lima within 15 for $1 million. Cusco and Lima within 15 for $500,000. Lima and La Paz within 15 for $500,000. And Guayaquil, Lima, and La Paz for $2 million. So first we're going to have to find out where all these places are. Here's Quito. Where's Guayaquil? Ah, down here. How hilly is it? Woohoo! That sure is some hill. That definitely is some hill. Well, it's a company book value one. And this can be what? This can be all of rail. I know we're not in Brazil, but yeah, we can use that one for once. What rights do we start with? We start with everything. Let's go La Paz, Lima. Okay, so it's going to actually conveniently tell me where all the major cities are. Here's La Paz. And here's Cusco. It's so hilly. Yeah, we can capture La Paz there. And we could capture Cusco there. That looks pretty okay. So does that, aside from it being a turn into a 3. Yeah, look at that. That looks very doable. Hmm. We should make the turn higher up the hill. Okay, and then there... No, it looks like there's no sensible way to connect La Paz and Cusco to begin with. So where else are there centers of population? And what else does Cusco actually do? Steel and fruit. This does fruit. And it could generate a bit of steel. Where else? Chipotle? No. Chachapoyas. Okay, how bad is this hill? Oh, that's definitely a hill. Even the straight up and down is a spicy meatball. Well, we can make it a bit better by going diagonally. That doesn't actually look that bad. And that lets us do Quito to... Guayaquil. If we do that, we get 200k. Sure, let's look at that. No, we have to go this way. Okay. That's probably about as good as it's going to get. looks pretty good. Done. The ports make goods but demand sugar, oil, and coffee. Okay, so that's Quito done. 3 pairs of houses. Down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could use a second city connected to this. 2.5 in Pasto. Hmm. I can't get both of those houses. Well, I can. Actually, we can get both of those houses. Sure. This might be one case where having the corners a bit separate is actually better. Normally I'd go, like, to here and make it a right angle corner. Okay, maybe not. Right angle corner it is. It is going to need a customs house because it's the other side of a border. So is this end. However, this one will not need a customs house. And then we probably want something midway along for sand. Very possibly several somethings. I would rather have far too much sand provision than not enough. Let's just see how one goes. Okay, and what troops do we have? Troops. Trains. The American or the Iron Duke? The Iron Duke is about a third faster, but the American is just so much cheaper. Well, we'll see what you do when we get there. For the moment, that. And for the moment, that. Now, what else were we meant to connect? We've gone Quito and Guayaquil. Guayaquil and Lima. So one of them was Cusco. One of them was La Paz. Where is Lima? Here. Okay, so the question is, do we go along the coast? Or do we go along the mountainy bit and then come back down? I mean, Lima Ica seems pretty good. Good morning, Salah. There? How hilly would that be? I mean, that way is too hilly. And this way is a bit zigzaggy. But it's not that zigzaggy. That there is livable. The rest has to be single track for the moment. There we go. Now, is there any point in connecting this? Cotton. There is no point in connecting the cotton. The Incan trains, yes. There's as good as it's going to get. 4 turns is kind of bad, honestly, but we'll make do. Let's assume that this end needs water, but that otherwise only that. Okay, time to let time actually pass. Maybe see if there's train Speedman. There is. We will absolutely pay $2,000 to hire you. We will turn off the company dividend. And we will constantly issue stock. It's free money in a campaign like this. Now let's see how bad the downhill is. This guy's making the third turn. The downhill component of this isn't terribly unpleasant. The Ica Zephyr. And it looks like it can survive going to the other end without sand, so we'll leave it be. Come on, it's only 1.5 grades, you can do it. Speed Demon? Sure, we can name one of the next things Speed Demon. Okay, this dings. We want to take about half of what it's got to offer. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We've connected Guayaquil and Quito as required. We get our payment. This immediately gets double tracked to there. I said to there. No extra zigzag. No, that's ludicrous. Grades of 7 and 8, no. Just no AI. They don't like our performance this year. But that's fine, because this guy didn't actually ding. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Except that we'll take one... Well, no, I should take more mail than goods. 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Distribution. Here we can have Speed Demon. And now we find out just how bad going up the hill is. I do not think it's going to be pleasant. In fact, I'm willing to start a second one of those. We can deliver a whole milk. 28 miles per hour. Pretty quick. And that kind of means that I should double this section of track too. I guess at that stage, why not? Why are you like this track drawing thing? We might as well do that as well. Ika would like grain. So next time we'll try taking grain over. Oof. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Eh. This ridiculous multi-8 grade track. 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, turn. Now we could add in a little deliver this to here. Sadly, the smallest train we have is the American. So it's not exactly profitable to do that. But if we added that and on this side, we could do both. That's a bit more reasonable. Something like that. But I think it's going to have 2 turns. Right, I can't get a single station to... Yeah. It just doesn't quite work. Okay, and that means we need to double from here to here. And then we grab an American, and we say... grain and produce to there, produce to... We're early enough in the timeline that cities still eat. They still eat goods themselves, which means we could actually double the whole Lima track. But that means that this does now need a roundhouse and a sanding. Yes, people still eat fruit. They still eat fruit. Now let's see how bad the uphill is. A mighty 8 miles per hour uphill. Although it's accelerating now that it's neared the turn. Yeah, it's picking up speed. This isn't actually too bad. I thought this would be kind of a bit worse than it is. Oh my god. No. No extra turns. And you know what? That kind of means we could have 2 actual people. That's going to be here, here, there. And that's your loop. Or, you know what? We'll even rearrange that a bit more. 2, 2 there. And then we'll have one that just does the produce. Produce here, produce there. Sold. This first time you can have 3 alcohol, and I bet alcohol's still super heavy. Yep, alcohol is super heavy. So in the future, 2 is much more sensible. The downhill express is almost done. And then Pasto wants passengers, then mail. And then goods. We'll go with passengers and mail. Osmium alcohol. Get some plutonium and lead in our alcohol. Quito is done. Hail, Nuxart. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All passengers for you. This extremely long train, 105 tons. Three cars of alcohol, 150. The train would be way too light. Also, we have enough to seemingly run a second grain one. I thought it would be enough, but it isn't. So we also want, what? Grain to Lima to Ica. And that actually means we're going to change you. That you could just be Lima to Ica. And back again. Which probably means I need a second one of those. Or we could just have in the future it take 4. That's probably more reasonable. One, 2, 1, and we would do milk, except milk has been murdered. No one wants milk anymore. Ding, ding, ding. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. Yes. You are more important than the silly goods train. Our friend is making money somehow. Which is a horrifying thought. Sell some more stock. It's easy money. I'm gonna wait for this to ding and then we'll look at the next expansion. One, 2, 3, 1, 1. Yeah, that seems about right. And how much is that suppressed? Well, actually, I want to know, once this alcohol gets here, just how little does this city want alcohol? Time to learn the stock market and geography? Yes. Welcome, Dawn Trader. Finish unloading, so I can work out how little you need alcohol now. Almost not at all. Okay. Where will we expand to? This is fairly populous. And it wouldn't be impossible to go across here and then across there to Machala. That seems the most reasonable next thing to add. Done. And then we want that to go... Oh, beautiful. Okay, and then an end-to-end express here. Makes sense. Very good. Coffee? Didn't the ports want coffee? The ports did want coffee, so I could deliver coffee to Guayaquil. And this cotton could easily come up to Loja. There's also these cows that would like to make it to Machla. I mean, it's uphill in one direction, but the downhill direction is the direction that would have all of the goods. So I'm okay with that. Like, that looks bad, but it's bad carrying crap downhill, and uphill it's going to be empty, so that's fine. As long as we make sure you have sand and water. Add in that coffee. Good. That is disappointing. But if I want that, I have to have an extra zigzag. I guess I'll make a medium. A medium instead, so that it can be a single straight line. Then we need to connect to there. Oh, that's quite a bit of grade. Is there any way of making that less insane? Not really. There is slightly less insane. I'd almost be more inclined to just come all the way over here. So that also has some insane bits. Crossing this river is a bit pain. If only there was a bit more that was diagonal this way. There we go, that works without too much pain. And that would only be goods downhill. Quite like that. Make sure it has sand and water. Well, at least water. Probably doesn't need sand. Okay. So we want 2 trains. One that does cow here, cow there, and that is its life. And one that does coffee, coffee here, coffee, coffee there. Coffee is somewhat heavy, but not cripplingly heavy. Done. These are going to get in each other's way a little bit. First time only take 2 because that's all you have on you. But in the future you're going to have 4. You do not need to take milk anymore. No one wants milk. The 4408-wheeler exists. It is somewhat faster than this guy, but is also noticeably more expensive to run. Like 50% more fuel a year for less than 50% more speed. Good, the coffee will flow. What does the other end want? It wants goods more than anything. So a mix like that looks fine. Yeah, you're most of the way there. You'll be fine by the time you get there. Lima wants passengers first. And doesn't really want any goods, so just do a almost pure passenger run. So that the cow and coffee trains don't run over each other. I guess we will double track that. Ding. Make yourself nice and empty. And continue on your way. This place does still need milk, so you know what? You can deliver 1 milk there. The one and only milk delivery. In future, you will instead do mail. And this is actually taking long enough that maybe we need to bump that up to 4. See? Yes, it's looking like we want to bump that up to 4. I think we wait 1 more year. We look at doing some more expanding. Otherwise, this money's just sitting here burning a hole in our pocket. Looks good. We could have a look at if half-price Steam Man is here. He is not. The Dawn Treader Express. Then it's going to be time to start delivering the food. One, 2. And then it does want grain. I guess it wants grain more than it wants goods. Goods, grain, grain. Yeah, we're paying the price for turning the corner on there. Ding, ding, ding. Apparently there's no mail. Which is weird, because it's been a whole year. You'd think that those could have generated a mail by now. Maybe in the future. We can definitely have a second coffee one. And now we can start delivering the food. So, food to there, food to there. That will do to begin with. Okay, and time to expand. So we need to connect Lima and La Paz, and we also need to make money. Someone loves me, just a sec. No, battery low. Come on, phone, be happy. There we go. Phone is happy. Pollo! It's Kirby's favorite city. Pollo, pollo! The troops there could be good. And this generates troops. How hard is it to get all the way over there? What if we did the other side? I mean, there's some fours there, but it's in a straight line. So people aren't really going to care. Are cities capable of wanting oil at this stage? Somewhat. Ooh, 12s, no thank you. That's not so bad. There's a couple of 3s in there. But otherwise, that's tolerable. So what, there, then south to there, and then straight east to there. That's not gonna be fun. Surely there is a better way to... That is nicer. But it requires an extra turn. So basically the question is, do I think 2 turns with basically no grade is better than 1 turn with 9.5? Or 9... sorry, 4.9. And I think the answer is yes. I think we'd prefer 2 turns. But 2 pleasant turns. Then 1 horrendous turn. Thank you, Dawn Treader. Yeah, your train's doing well. It's an express, how could it not be doing well? Alright, we make this. Got everything it needs. Unfortunately, we're going to have this the other side of the turn. So now I want 1 express end to end there. And we wouldn't mind setting up alcohol production to deliver to these troops. So there to there. And both of those cities kind of want coffee. We could have coffee here, coffee there. Every other year you get a coffee delivery. Grab produce, turn it into alcohol, take it to the troops. Then we might need 1 more sanding thing, like... yeah. And now we can also make a troop carrier. So troops to there. I didn't realize we're not allowed to actually transport troops. Well, sucks to be me. Very much sucks to be me. That was a significant point in making this bloody line. Have there been any so far where we've been allowed to transport troops? I don't think so. For some reason, they really like disabling troop transport. And I don't know why they love disabling troop transport. That was a huge capital outlay that's not going to generate that much income. And what do we do with this train? You know what? We're going to split the cow deliveries into two. There you go. That's what we do with the spare train. A modest business oversight. We'll manage. It's not like we're going to make less money because of this. We just aren't going to make as much more money as we could have if we did other things. We could also add in lumber or paper. Does anywhere down here genuinely want paper? You. Not you. Not you. Only these two want paper. And have we got the ability to process logs anywhere? Yes. Perfect. Well, that makes this a bit easier. So... this... no, I should have built it one further over. I'm an idiot. Do this the right way. There. Beautiful. This section is... everywhere wants lumber, right? Lumber. Lumber. Lumber, 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 lumber. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there one more source of logs? Not really. We will double track this. At least to the logs bit. To the log processor. I guess I'll do this as well, because we're going to try and do paper at the same time. So... I want that. Both of these should have sand and water. And you can have maintenance as well. So it's... How are we going to do it? 2 pulpwood here, 2 pulpwood there. That's the paper supply. Four logs there. 4 logs there. Okay, that's enough to start. And then this oil. And the only places that wanted oil were the 2 big cities, Porto Vecchio and Guayaquil. That first one is doing Guayaquil. The second one can do Porto Vecchio. Done. Suddenly this section of track is a lot more justified in its existence as a double track and its existence at all. Oh, wait, what's this? What's all this then? Between here and down here they've run out of sand. There you go. You may have sand and water. Ecuador, a patchwork of highland and jungle, this small nation is home to colonial cities, preserved from the days of the Spanish conquistadors, snow-capped volcanoes quilted with green terraced plots, and the flora and fauna of the Amazon basin. Once part of the Incan heartland, Ecuador lies along the equator of the western coast of South America, ruled by Spain from 1533 when the last Incan emperor was executed until their independence in 1830. The country is an adventurous paradise from the Galapagos Islands 600 miles off the west coast, and made famous by Charles Darwin's visit to the Amazon jungles far to the east. I shouldn't need to double track this. These are both going to be spending like 95, probably 99% of their time not in this section of the track. Who else has been around? Where is Nuxart? The Nuxart Express. Done. And there now is enough food to think about doing more than just these 2. So food to Quito, food to Pasto. But because you're carrying it uphill, only do 3. The question is, do we want one that does each? And you know what? We'll do one that does each. 1 to Quito. 1 to Pasto. All looking good. Been refreshed with sand. This is proving a bit challenging for the heavier trains. Yeah, do wait for this guy. I guess in the future we'll just do 3. This is a bit too heavy. This guy can be high priority so that he runs over the top of these and stops them slowing him down. Okay, we're about to be able to have our first lumber delivery. So, lumber to here, then lumber to here, and then lumber to here, and then lumber to here, then lumber to here, and finally lumber to there. And by that time, the first city should have recovered its desire for lumber. Only do 3, because otherwise the uphill section is a bit much. That's a reminder that we should go sell some shares. The breakdown of the coffee delivering one is slowing down this a bit. Ika mostly wants passengers. A little bit of mail. Something like that. And he has made money. Keeps making money, the Noxart Express. Peru! According to oral tradition, the Spanish navigator searched for El Dorado and happened to cross paths with an Indian in a small boat. The Spaniard asked the Indian where he had set out from, and the Indian responded, Biro, which is an Amerindian word meaning river. Over the years, Biro became Peru. To this day, no one knows which river the man was referring to. Peru became independent of Spain in 1824. It rises from the arid coastal strips to the Andes. In the south is Lake Titicaca, the world's highest navigable lake. Besides its mountains and volcanoes, Peru boasts ancient treasures such as the long-lost city of Machu Picchu, built by the Incas, and even more ancient city of Sipan, built by the Moche people. Cold weather puts a chill on coffee and banana production. Coffee and banana production plummet this season, and commodity prices soar. Ding, ding, ding. First lumber delivery. Good work. You've now paid for yourself. From here on in, it's profit generation. Getting up this hill is proving so bad for them. I absolutely need them to be 3 next time, not 2. And we should be able to do the first paper. So, paper to here, and then paper to there. Our train has been robbed. Boo hiss. It's finally over the hilly bit. This stage I'm going to have to make a duplicate. Yep. Duplicate of you. That only takes 3. Duplicate of you. That only takes 3. It's taken like a year for them to just get up that hill. Okay, we shouldn't be letting $3 million sit unused. $30 years. It's already been 6. I kind of like the idea of something like that. Just delivering iron to the iron mine. Oh, sorry, the iron processor. That looks horrible, but the bad bit is downhill, he says, and then he looks at the other bad bit that is kind of uphill. No, make that one a straight line. Lovely. Roundhouse, sanding, water. Only do 2 at a time, else I think you're going to have struggles. Okay, what else can make cash? There's a whole bunch of coal here that could be delivered to that. Bolivian coal. Not the longest route in the world. But it should make money. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. No, 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 not there. Paz Junction. Go. Where else? We might be able to go 1, 2, 1, 2 here. We can't quite grab both with one big station. On the other hand, that is so stupendously uphill that that's kind of unacceptable. No. What other goods could we do? There we go. Logs, logs here. Logs, logs there. Going to rather swiftly not want any logs. We are going to provide it with all the logs it could ever want. But it is a cheap and easy line to build. Roundhouse sanding water. I guess this tiny section could be doubled. Grab 2 for their end. Grab 2 for end. Done. What about cow? Here to here seems very reasonable. Once we have some more cash. No one's sitting directly behind you, so that breakdown doesn't affect us too badly. It looks like even 3 is too much. We're going to have to back these off to 2. Speed up, speed up. Ding ding. Oof. But it's downhill, so... Psh. It's a lot of empty cars, though. I'm gonna bother to micro you. Yes, the double tracking is doing its job. And it kind of looks like we're ready for a second paper, so you two here, and then we need a copy of you that does the other one. Little efficiency Vulcan. It looks like we could definitely have 2. The other one can be a Vulcan. And that means that this little bit of track could be doubled. 1, 2. Keep out of each other's way. Woo, 8. Should probably buy you. I should probably buy the steel mill. Maybe this one. And it looks like we should buy you, and you, and you, and you. There's enough lumber for a second lumber delivery one. You. Duplicate. Start heading to auto thingamajig. That one. Revenue was stable. This did make money. So did this. So did this. So did this. That claims it didn't make money, which is odd. That made good money. And you made good money. I'm sure you'll realize that you make money this year. Beautiful. Also good enough. We could have a look if Fuel Man is available. He is not. We should sell some more stock. Free money. Could probably buy that one. I mean, once he gets there, he'll have made money, so I'm not that unhappy. Would have been nicer if these were returning and being a return on investment sooner. Good enough. The Nuxart Express has made absolute huge amounts of money, considering how few people it serves. I guess I could allow one more oil to here, seeing as it's a port, and it will actually actively eat them, whereas the other one kind of only passively wants oil. This one actively wants oil. Now, we're going to do Eureka. Oh, come on. Can we fit a medium station in there? That'll do. Eureka to Iquitos. We not? Was this not what we were going to do? I thought I remember it having something to do with yeah, cows from this guy. Don't even need to make the turn for the express. Perfect. One more ding and we can buy you a train. That'll do. So your job is end to end here. And then in the future, both of these probably want coffee. At least a little bit. Yeah. Can add in coffee. Fine. Patience. And then it was going to be cow. So coffee here, coffee there. And then cow. The potential to connect over here. And add in food delivery to this and this. We need to wait for some more money. Really? Okay, this end needs sand as well. Fair enough. We'll build sand on your end. That is enough to build that cow line. Hiccup. Now that is actually quite a way away. I'm willing to accept that this needs roundhouse sanding water. And we probably want 2 trains doing that. So we have the cash. War declared between Ecuador and Peru over El Oro province. Military production increases by 15%. Railroads rake it in. Book value of 22 mil. This place actually could also use the sugar. Putting the robber in robber baron. The sugar. And you know what? If we made... No, a medium wouldn't work. Not unless it's like there. And these generate so many a year that I kind of do need multiple. We need to wait for the next income. So if something could ding, that would be helpful. Not that kind of ding, but thank you, Kaladin. That wasn't the ding we were talking about. I hope you had a successful time building in America. We are doing Ecuador, Peru. So I wanted sugar to here. 1, 2, 3. And then maybe you can do both of those. Just because that other one is so quick to do. Oof, double track here. I would like to double track all of this. But it is far too expensive. How many bankruptcies Birmingham had? 6. Close. Let's double all of this track. We're too poor again. Wait for a little bit more money. Four needs microing. One of your two... Yeah, I saw the train crash at the very start. You had a passenger train with big money on it that was about to pull into station, and it exploded. And it was big oof. Big oof. Grab one, goods. It happened again. We want to double all of this. There, now they won't get in each other's way. The Bobo likes to crash. And then, praise our Lord and Savior, the GG1. Greatest train that has or ever will be. Saved the day. Literal savior. What are we going to do with all this sugar? I mean, the meat, some can go here. We were going to connect across to this. Can at least do that bit, but the rest we need to wait for some more money. So yes, our job in this one is to connect certain cities. Guayaquil, Quito, Cuzco, Lima, and La Paz. Ideally within 15 years for some bonuses, but at least within 30, whilst making an X amount of company book value. 25 mil for gold, 17 for silver, 10 for bronze. And then here's it shows you the bonuses for connecting things within certain times. And we actually kind of need to start thinking about doing that if we want those bonuses. Because it's been 10 years, so we've got 5 more years to make all those extra connections for the bonuses. How is the company book value? Book value looks good, 22 mil of a required 25. So we've dominated. We started out connecting Guayaquil and Quito and Pasto, because Guayaquil is just so big that it can have an express to Quito and to Pasto at the same time and service both. The downhill component of this is really nice. The uphill component isn't as bad as I thought it would be. There's a little bit of a suffering from that turn, but the rest of this uphill component is gentle enough, 1.5s, that it's not too much of a problem. And we want to connect. Not like that. I want this to be a single straight piece of track, thank you. Then across to there. We are almost certainly... Oh, we've had our own train crash. Train 34. Sure. One of the oil expresses. Gonna want our own extra sanding and water about there. And I guess we've got the cash, why not a roundhouse? So that should let everything get from there to here without too much trouble. We do want to connect like that. And it's looking increasingly like we can't survive off of just one of those, so we'll make 2. This distance is so short, I'm willing to use a little efficiency Vulcan. But that means that the Vulcan can do 2 at a time rather than 3, so that he's a bit faster, because the Vulcan is naturally slower than the American. Little Vulcan is nowhere near as strong as Mr. American. American with 3, 35. Vulcan with 2, 30. So it's slower even when it's carrying less. But the Vulcan runs on the smell of an oily rag. 7,000 in fuel instead of 14. It's almost twice as efficient in terms of fuel cost. Now this is about to have... Oh! I didn't even need all the bonus connections. Gold! Peru and Ecuador. Just do EC. Peru and Ec. Oh, it even tells you what the map was. Cool. Nice little map. The hilliness was really quite challenging in that one. Finding the appropriate routes to minimize the grades. Well done, little map maker. Next.